Okay, so well, this new feature basically allows to bind a remote action, specifically a delete remote action, to a swipe gesture. So at the moment, the only option to add remote actions for now is to attach them to a specific UI element. So for instance, a button, where if the user presses the button, you trigger the remote action. So for instance, before this feature, if you wanted to like have a list here and be able to delete items, you would need to add like a small delete icon. So the user would need to press it, and then you would be able to delete it or to do to trigger any other API request. So now this option allows to, instead of pressing specific button, just to be able to swipe the element, and if you connect that to a delete API request, it will delete the item in the database, and it will also delete it from the UI. So this is very simple to set up. Actually, you just need here the usual container tag for lists, and then this swipe to delete thing here. So this new tag will make the list swipeable, so it will activate this gesture, and it will allow users to delete list items. And that's from the design part. Then in Bravo, this is connected to an Airtable. So you will see that if you set this tag here, you will have new properties in the container element. So one of them will be the remote action itself. Here you should create a delete API request. So this is connected to our Airtable, and it will delete specific row when you swipe it. And then you also need to indicate here an ID. And this should be an identifier coming from the backend that is unique for each row. Airtable provides that as part of the API response here. So this is the data you will need to put there. So if you give it a name, actually if you use the wizard, this will be already done for you. You have here the ID thing, and then you need to select it here. And that's all the setup you need. Actually, I would say the best UX way to implement it would be to indicate here no action, because you will see now that after a user swipes it, you will get like a red area, and then you will need to confirm that you want to delete the item. So actually, let me just show you how it looks on iOS, because I have here the QuickTime. Yeah, there we go. So this list is already swipeable. So you can swipe its element, as you can see now. And if you do that gesture, you will see that delete thing. So if you press that, you see that the item is deleted, and it will be also deleted from the database. So this way, you delete the row from the database, and you also make it disappear from the list without needing to like refresh here. So you can just specify no action, and it will work.
It's quite nice, right? Because this, rather than doing a full screen refresh, this is just basically updating the list as you go along. So it makes it a much more native experience by doing this.
Yes, it's a better experience, and it's also more efficient because instead of like needing to get all the items again, you will just delete one, and that's all.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So, do we have any questions from anybody on this new feature? Is there anything anybody would like to ask? Not yet. Okay. Is there anything else, Javier, that we should go through today?
Actually, I wanted to just give some space for users to ask any questions or just do any comments, any suggestions, just anything you want, so we can maybe give like 1 minute for someone if someone wants to post some comments for us.
Yeah, and actually the other thing we could also I think somebody's put their hand up. Sam, do you want to write in the chat what the question is? We don't have a way of giving you the talk. Unfortunately, it has to be through the chat, if that's all right. One other thing, actually, while we're waiting for that, is we could also mention Jonas's new app.
Oh yeah,
because I think that's
True.
we should probably talk about this in a few places because it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So we have one of our Bravo experts, Jonas, has created a website with resources about Bravo. So this could be a great resource for all Bravo users together with our help center to help them in their app building process. So let me just find the link and I can share that.
So while you do that, Javier, Sam Adams has asked a question. Is it possible to create a monthly subscription with a 7-day trial using Bravo? So just to answer that question briefly, at the moment, obviously, we only offer Stripe, which is for sort of offline purchases. For anything digital, then you need to in-app purchases, and we are in the process of doing that feature. So we will be able to offer in-app purchase subscriptions pretty soon. So watch the space for that one.
Yes.
So Javier, do you want to, if you're ready, do you want to?
Yeah. So I will share my screen again. Okay, so this is a community post Jonas created here, and basically what he did is gather resources that could be useful to build apps, especially focusing on debugging issues that you might experience when you are building an app. So for instance, visual issues are super common, and yeah, I mean, he just created this yesterday, but I believe he will be filling it with more content in the future. So just wanted to let you all know that this is one of our first users, and he's been like super Bravo lover always. So I'm sure he will be delivering great content here for everyone, for the community.
Cool. Definitely a resource to look at. Okay, we've got a few more questions. Let's see. So Fred has a question with sign-in set up with Xano not working. Who wants to share the screen?
Okay. Actually, Fred, I think I messaged you before to submit your details, project details to support, and we will be like the support team will be having a look at that, and we will get back to you. Because the thing with the custom login is that there are like several steps that need to be followed like one by one, and it's super easy like to miss something. It also happens to us. It happened to me once I was building something with custom login, so it's quite easy to not get everything right at the first time especially, but for sure we can help you and try to identify what's the problem you're having in your project. So we will be getting back to you by email.
It's probably, I would agree. I think custom login is one of those things that's quite involved, and it's probably not a great time. It's not a quick fix that we can do like here. So it's probably best to go through the normal support process for that one. Okay, so just the next question from Noor about the tags for permissions for mic camera on Android being fixed. I think there was a problem. I think they were put on and there was a problem with it yesterday. Do you know if they're fixed yet, Javier? Or is this something we should check with the team?
Yes, I believe they should be fixed because I was talking to our Android developer. So he was the one that actually implemented this during last couple of days. So I think Noor, you also wrote to support, so we can follow up there as well, but it should be working fine now. So maybe there is like some configuration fixes we need to do in your specific project, but the feature itself seems to be working fine. Just so you know. Yeah, Alberto.
Okay, and then I think there's a follow-up question from Samuel. I see there's no in-app purchase possible, but there is no documentation how to create a paid subscription app. Okay, so this one, so we don't actually offer currently subscriptions with Stripe and the reason for that is that it's quite complex managing the subscriptions in the app. So that's the reason why we haven't implemented that. It's pretty hard with the in-app purchases. The subscriptions managed with the platform like the Apple or Google, so it's a bit easier to deal with. But trying to make the platform flexible to handling subscriptions is not so easy. So that's why we haven't done it, and we were going to generally rely on in-app purchases for that. That was the idea, which is why we're about to launch it. So if you need that feature, I would look for the in-app purchases, which is coming soon. Okay, there's a follow-up from Fred. The difference between a sign-up token and a sign-in token. Interesting. So I think with Xano, I think what you get returned. Well, actually, correct me if I'm wrong here, Javier, but I think when you get a token after signing up, that should be the same as a sign-in token. I mean, if you basically once you've signed up, it will give you a token that you can use to access the app as you would need to be. And then the next time you come in, it will be a sign-in token. But effectively, they should be the same thing. They should allow you to authenticate against Xano and actually do all of the authenticated API calls that you need to do. So they should be the same, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like Xano, when you set up like the login part in Xano, they already create some requests for you. You can, the good thing about using Xano or any other backend tool is that you have full control over what you want to do in the backend. But by default, they will be returning an authentication token, both when the users sign up and when they sign in. And it's like a temporary token that then you will need to use in all your requests in Bravo. So when you set up the custom login, Bravo will automatically use that token that you get from Xano in the first place for all the other requests. But yeah, basically it's the same thing. Like whether you sign up or sign in, Xano will handle it like as a user authentication, and it will return an authentication token.
Okay, so that's that one. Sam's got a follow-up question about when the general time frame for in-app purchases. I would say in the next few weeks, ideally. If you're super keen to learn more, one thing I will say that we're planning on putting the in-app purchases on a higher tier plan because there's more things involved and it requires more support. So it will be on a higher tier plan than we have currently. So if you're interested in doing that, probably what I would do is try and set up a call on the MDAS link on the website, and we can talk to you more about it then, and sort of to talk more about the detail about when it's coming. Okay, I think that's all the questions so far. Has anybody got anything else that we can cover off here? I don't think there's anything else from your side, right, Javier?
No, not from my side.
Okay. In that case, unless anyone else has got any more questions, then I think we are good for today, right? And we'll do another session.
I think so. Of course, we'll be trying to do this like every week. So if you find yourself with questions you would like to bring up or any topics or anything, just make sure to check out the community because we will be updating there.
There's one more question coming from Fred. What do you suggest for set up a recovery email with Xano? Have you done this one actually? Have you set up a recovery email with Xano? I think it's quite hard, right?
Yeah, the thing is that in our custom login setup, we don't have a tag like we do with Firebase login to have a kind of reset password.
Well, actually, I think
possibility.
Nora's responded actually.
So you can use services like SendGrid to send emails with links where you could like reset the password, for instance, because that's probably the thing you will need to do when someone loses their password. Or
Yeah, actually, we should probably get Jessica. You should probably talk to Noor. Noor's done about using all of our features and more. So he's probably a good guy that we should get to talk to more, because I think he's done these things. So maybe if you need to have, maybe we can get Noor in next time to talk about how he did this, so that you can learn from him. That might be a good way of doing it. That's good. Awesome. Okay. Well, look, hope that's good for everybody. Thanks for your time, Javier, again, and hope everyone has a good weekend. And see you next time.
Yeah.
Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.